What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters: Mystical Watermelon, Mimetic Hazard, Slayer G88, Tools of Triptychon, Game God 4, Kashiga, Jaeger Lee, Tony Benavidez, Stanley D. Camp, Raymond Mulder, Bradley Murphy, Papa Neeks, The Whiskey Laddie, Oxy Kitten, Robert Wayne, and Fuji TV. And I would also like to give a big shout out to our executive producer, The Anime Hybrid. Thank you all very much for your support. And if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to check out the link down below to find out more. We'll see you there.
Whoa! Where did you come from? Check it out. You're gonna die. You know what? I need to do something about this because I'm not having enough fun playing this game. Yo! Now that I've got you right where I want you, I'm challenging you to a Pokemon battle, sucker. Get out of here! Me and you.
So, who here has seen She-Ra?
I've seen the old She-Ra. Well,
Not the new one, but the old one.
Yeah. I mean,
New one got canceled.
It's been over 25 years probably, though, so my memory is not great.
But you do remember it.
You
remember her.
I
You remember her powers. And...
I watched the crap out of He-Man and She-Ra back in the day.
Oh, yeah. And also Wonder Woman. Did you see the movie? The newer one? Okay.
Yeah.
I have as well. And you know what? Pretty damn good.
I've seen some of like the animated Justice League and stuff because
Yes.
they draw from a little bit of everything.
Yeah, well,
So.
Originally I remember when she was in the Super Friends, and she had the invisible jet, and then later on it's just like, oh, she can just fly now.
Yeah, the Invisible Jet was a little hokey.
Yeah.
And I have seen some of the Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that was a whole thing, which, not gonna lie, she looked good.
Wonder Woman, obviously, but I don't know everything about Wonder Woman, and definitely know less about She-Ra. So,
Well,
but I know about them both for sure, at least.
Well, the only thing you need to know about these two is that they're both badass, they're both women, and they actually, I think, mean well overall. I mean, they mean the greater good, not just for womanhood, but just for everyone. They don't practice misandry like a lot of other current like female hero counterparts. It's like, oh, we only like care about the women, and it's like, no, they actually like care for everyone. They're not short-sighted. Let's just say that, or at least I think I haven't seen the new She-Ra, but where it's canceled now, I guess I can talk shit about it. Anyway, sorry about that. So, Wonder Woman and She-Ra are two very powerful heroes in their own right, and Death Battle did a Death Battle featuring them.
I hate vodka.
Then why are you drinking it, son? Is that because it's all
all I got.
Well, dude, if you want to have a shot of my rum, have at it.
What rum?
On my desk up there.
You have rum?
Yeah.
Damn it.
If you'd asked, dude.
I didn't know you had rum.
Well, I mean, yeah.
We're going to have a short intermission.
No.
And
I think he's good for now. But if you do need it, dude, I mean, I'm not drinking it right now.
I'm good for now.
Okay. So anyway, She-Ra versus Wonder Woman Death
It's not
Battle.
that I hate vodka, but just straight up vodka is not very good.
That's fair. That's fine, dude.
I'd much rather have rum or bourbon.
Okay. Well, here we go.
No offense to the Russians, but
Well, that one's made in, I think, Sweden. I think that's Swedish vodka. So it's not really Russian.
I just know how the Russians like their vodka, you know.
Oh, Russian vodka is actually really good. Russian vodka I like a lot. I just got that because it was cheap and the bottle was huge.
I'm a Southern States boy, so
You love your
bourbon's
whiskey.
pretty legit, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like Tennessee sour mash whiskey.
I will say this:
Jack Daniel's variety. I'm not sponsored.
Jameson whiskey. I'll say is probably my favorite European.
I do like
whiskey.
Jameson as well. Yes.
Also Lagavulin.
I like most of Irish alcohols, but anyways, this is not a video about alcohol. Let's
Well, not yet anyway.
It's quickly.
A few more shots of that.
Quickly
it will
becoming
be.
that, but let's move on.
Yeah, let's go. This is Death Battle. She-Ra versus Wonder Woman. He-Man versus DC.
Not every princess needs some knight in shining armor they've never met to rescue them.
Some even take it upon themselves to protect other lands they've never known.
Like She-Ra, the princess of power in Etheria.
And Wonder Woman, the warrior princess of the Amazons.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away,
But not so far that it could be copyright infringement.
a timeless war raged on between two planets, Eternia and Etheria.
On Eternia was everyone's favorite Conan the Barbarian wannabe. And Etheria was the home of the Horde. I bet you'll never guess which one's the bad guys.
But before he was He-Man, Prince Adam had a twin sister, Princess Adora. Sadly, she was kidnapped from Eternia by the Horde's leader, Hordak, and brainwashed to become his brutal enforcer on Etheria.
Okay, who came up with these planet names? 'Cause I'm already confused.
Years passed, but eventually He-Man stumbled upon his sister while he was busy with something else. He was on a quest to find a wielder for a magical weapon, the legendary Sword of Protection.
Wouldn't you know it, when Adora touched his sword, don't read into that. Her mind was healed and she transformed into the heroic She-Ra. She-Ra, She-Ra. Man, that song's so much better than He-Man's.
Yes,
As the
it
Princess
is.
of Power, She-Ra possesses godlike speed and strength, and wields the Sword of Protection like a master.
It's no ordinary sword either. It can transform into a bunch of stuff.
A lasso, a shield, a boomerang, a parachute, a grappling hook, a tennis racket, a baseball bat, a net, and a coffee mug.
It's the
At least as
ultimate
much speed
Swiss
as you
Army
can
knife,
render at
or
6 frames a second.
sword.
Where did you get that?
Frame rate was low.
Yeah, it can deflect magic
Yeah.
attacks, shoot some energy beams, cut through lightning, and freeze you solid.
It's comparable to He-Man's Sword of Power, which stems from an eternal deity of natural order. She-Ra can even use it to transform her horse into a flying alicorn, Swiftwind.
Indeed I am, She-Ra. Indeed I am.
That's a really deep voice for a horse to have. Wait, why am I not drunk anymore?
Well, holding the sword wards off possession and mind control, so I suppose that could include alcohol. With this blade in hand and her mind
Fair
on
enough.
her own,
would
Adora
be me.
joined the rebellion against the
Well,
Horde.
I'm not
As
drunk
She-Ra,
anymore.
She was an incredible powerhouse of a hero, defeating evil daily in her own unique way.
Unique is sure one way to put it. Take the time a village was set on fire. Her solution was to cut up an entire lake and throw the whole thing over the place.
Hopefully not drowning anyone.
Hey lady, why didn't you just use your super breath to put out the flames? Which you totally have.
Much like her hulked out brother, She-Ra's strength can simply defy all reason. Smacking away meteors, throwing a battleship like a skipping stone, or even closing up a canyon like it's a Ziploc bag. What?
Damn.
How about that time she climbed from the surface of the planet all the way to a spaceship in orbit in less than a minute?
Assuming
Damn.
the orbit around Etheria is similar to Earth, she must have been climbing about 20 times faster than sound.
That's
Even better,
ridiculous.
her mount Swiftwind kept
The
up with
animation
the
did not at all
Rocky,
convey.
Who can fly
No.
between solar systems. Therefore, he might be able to move over 450 times the speed of light.
Rug people's a dumb name for people that are fast. Rugs are slow. And then there's the other flying horse, Crystal Sun Dancer. Oh god, wait, Wiz, is this another pony episode?
Crystal Sundancer was specifically stated to be faster than Swiftwind, and took She-Ra and He-Man to another galaxy.
Apart from super speed, She-Ra's also strong enough to kick the moon away.
Factoring the moon's size compared to the distance it was kicked here, She-Ra must have struck it with a force equal to 44 Yoda tons of TNT.
Yoda
I know
tons!
what Yoda
Holy
has to do
shit!
with this, but powerful she is.
Just imagine if someone threw the entire Great Wall of China at you 70 quadrillion times.
So yeah, super strong. All thanks to the ultimate power from a sword that's definitely not plastic.
Clearly, Adora's heroic deeds have more than made up for her dark past. Whether she's protecting her family or her new homeworld, She-Ra truly lives up to the title Princess of Power.
For the honor of Grayskull!
No Wonder Woman's strong, but
Huh?
I know Wonder Woman's strong, but
Somewhere among
that's
the
one of the
distant
most
knocks
ridiculous
of the ocean,
numbers I think
a
I've ever
mysterious
seen.
island is veiled
454
by
Yoda-
This is
Yoda-
Themyscira,
God.
home of the Amazons.
Location, tropical island. Population, 100% women. Attractions, everyone's a highly trained warrior. Oh yeah, I know where I'm taking my next vacation.
The Amazons were
You
tasked
will
by
be
the
killed,
Olympian gods
Boomstick.
to prepare
You
for
will
a
be
great
killed.
battle, and trained in solitude for many millennia.
Until one day when a military plane randomly crashed into paradise.
Call it luck, call it will of the gods, but Olympia's chosen were no longer a secret.
Even they knew it was about time they checked out what the rest of the world was up to. So after playing the deadliest game of catch ever, because they were catching frickin' bullets, they chose their finest fighter as an ambassador to, quote, man's world.
This was Diana Prince, or as she would come to be known, Wonder Woman.
Diana didn't just reconnect the Amazons with the rest of the world, she became a goddamn superhero.
And one of the best. With her divine physiology, she already possessed incredible superhuman abilities. However, her powers were amplified by blessings of the gods, including flight, accelerated healing, and a little bit of magic.
But as someone who's noticing a few new experience lines in the mirror every morning, I think I'm mostly jealous of her power to barely ever age.
Experience lines? You mean wrinkles?
What? Of course not. I'm just leveling up in life.
You know, I've been working on a de-aging solution. You could give it a try.
No.
So you're gonna turn him into a baby?
I know how this goes, mother... You son of a bitch.
It's important to note that Diana is more than simply superhuman. She's trained in martial combat and equestrianism all her life. We know she was born when the Roman Empire employed centurions, so she's likely over 3,000 years old.
That's crazy! Why do I sound like a cartoon mouse?
Well, back to the drawing board. Moving on, Wonder Woman also carries an arsenal of specialized weapons and tools.
Sure, the invisible jet seems kinda stupid when she can just lift off on her own, but how about that lasso of truth? She can make anybody spill the beans with that thing.
I cross-dress in a Wonder Woman outfit. It makes me feel powerful.
She has carried
I
many
remember that
blades,
one.
but her tried and true was crafted by the god of the forge,
Hephaestus.
The edge of this immaculate sword is so fine, it can shear electrons off of atoms. Superman once used it to literally split an atomic nucleus, which promptly blew up in their faces.
Good times.
She can even summon this magic sword at any point thanks to her metal cuffs, the bracelets of submission.
Not only do those sound super kinky, they're super durable. They're made of 8th metal, one of the strongest elements in all of creation. That means they can deflect basically anything. Bullets? Easy. Heat vision hotter than the sun? Not a problem. Darkseid's Omega beams that are totally unblockable? Well, they aren't anymore, bitch.
The name isn't really a BDSM reference. Well, not today at least. While wearing
It
the
was
bracelets
back
of
in the day,
submission,
'cause
Wonder
that's
Woman's
what the
power
creator
is
was
actively
into.
suppressed, held back for, presumably, the safety of others.
So when she takes them off, step the hell away, cause she's going God mode.
With all this potential, Diana quickly made a name for herself among the superhero community. In time, she helped found the Justice League, the greatest team of superheroes the world has ever known. Fellow leaguer Batman even called her the best melee fighter in the world.
It's all about those wave dashes.
What?
Oh, wrong melee. But it's Batman, a guy who knows
Good
10
reference
times
there,
more than
Boomstick.
Google ever will. I mean, she's basically defeated every other Justice League member in a fight at some point. This chick literally punches warheads like they're beach balls.
She's defeated Professor Zoom, the Flash's equal, while on the receiving end of multiple light speed punches. By punching at light speed, the mass of Zoom's strikes technically reaches a near infinite level, striking with the force of a white dwarf star. That is 2 billion megatons of force per punch.
And Diana beat the shit out of him while she was blind.
She certainly has the speed to match. She's fast enough to race Shazam and battle Superman from the Earth to the Sun in about 20 seconds. During a conflict with an entity known as the Shattered God, she moved quick enough to block all his fractured pieces from returning to him from across the universe.
And she's helped move both the moon and the Earth, though she did need a bit of help.
It takes about 1,000th of a celestial body's weight to move it against the sun's orbit. Assuming Wonder Woman was pulling her fair share, that means she's lifting over 2 quintillion tons.
She's not invincible, though. Technically, she's vulnerable to piercing weapons. You know, things like bullets and swords.
To be fair, you would need far more than a few bullets to take her down. Not only does Diana have a stellar healing factor, but she's incredibly tough.
Hell, when Bance was putting together a list of contingency plans in case any Justice League members went crazy, he left Wendy's box empty, cause he says she doesn't have a kryptonite.
Why even have the box at all? Whatever. Simply put, Wonder Woman is an incredible warrior.
There's a good reason why she's considered one of the DC Trinity.
She didn't just bring the Amazons back into the modern world. Wonder Woman inspired many new generations of heroes, while saving the day time and time again.
I am Diana, Princess of the Amazons. I won't be denied.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, I need to rock out to that She-Ra theme song with some Raycon earbuds.
Okay. I don't know.
I've heard those talking points before. Wasn't there one like Wonder Woman versus Thor or something?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because
and she won.
Yeah, I know, because I remember her like towing the planet and stuff. That seemed really familiar.
I don't think I realized that Wonder Woman was as overpowered as she is.
Well,
because she's essentially on Superman level overpowered from the sounds of it.
She is. Well, her and Superman have sparred several times, and in some of them, she's won. Which...
yeah, it kind of makes me dislike the character a little bit.
Well, it depends on the version you're going with. If you're going with Silver Age Wonder Woman, which is what we mostly see in Justice League and stuff like that, who's on the same level as Superman, then yes, she is extremely overpowered. But even the more modern Bronze Age, they've nerfed her a bit, as well as early on. Early on, she was not.
I mean, she looked like she was fighting regular dudes in the Wonder Woman movie from that scene that
she was.
showed there.
That's,
so, I mean,
that's more Bronze Age.
Yeah, obviously,
they've
like
nerfed
someone who hits that hard would just be straight up killing everyone. Like,
well,
oh, she like needs some dudes through some walls in that movie. I'm pretty sure
they're
died.
dead. Well, she killed people in the movie, dude. She did. I mean, she makes no apologies for it because war is part of an Amazon's life. I mean, they're trained in it, and they're also trained to be compassionate when compassion is required. And honestly, I think maybe, I don't know, because Wonder Woman, I think the arsenal that Wonder Woman has at her disposal versus She-Ra's thing can literally turn into anything.
I mean, I'm going with She-Ra because it's going to be hard to fight like 80s cheese.
It is hard to fight 80s cheese. I'll probably have to go with She-Ra as well because that number of her throwing the moon by herself.
The number like made me be like, oh, okay, so Wonder Woman's getting obliterated. But actually, after they went through Wonder Woman stuff and didn't give a number like that, and that's the kind of thing they like to do on this, which is like give you a number that's like, oh, well, they're definitely winning. Well, and they're like, wait, but actually this person does all this, you know? And it's like they're kind of made Wonder Woman seem like really fucking godlike with their description so far. So I think I'm going to go with Wonder Woman.
Okay. So we got 2 for She-Ra, 1 for Wonder Woman. I mean, we're going to have to see how this plays out. So anyway, let's get to it. Here we go.
Not to mention, you guys telling me she beat Thor gives me another reason to be like, ah, she's probably going to win.
Well, yeah.
Zeus, Heracles, Hippolyta, give me strength.
For the honor of Grayskull, I am She-Ra!
Compared to an Amazon like me,
this intro.
you're
really
just
epic.
playing dress up.
Oh.
It's pretty cool they got full 3D animation for this one, too.
You are strong, Amazon, but no match for a princess of power.
Get over yourself.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Boomerang!
That thing does not obey the laws of physics at all.
What's the matter? Feeling shocked?
Oh. You're gonna pay for that.
Golly.
Damn.
Some kind of budget on this thing.
Yes, they are. That's a really good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You're finished.
No. She's only getting started.
What?
Woo! Oh no. Head. Oh!
That's what power really looks like.
Wow.
Nick wins.
KO!
Hell yeah,
Ooh,
dude!
talk
That
about
was
taking a little off the top.
that was one of the
Both
shortest,
She-Ra
but one
and
of the
Wonder Woman
coolest fight scenes that I
Well-
think they've done so far.
Well, yeah,
that
I
I've
mean,
seen.
that's the thing. The length of this battle was one of the shortest ones, but good
That
God,
was
that
cool
quality,
as shit.
that
Like,
quality.
Whoever animated that, I want to see what else they've done.
Yeah, I want to know.
Clear
That's
advantages
kick-ass.
over the other in this fight, some to great extremes.
Yeah, it was
They
pretty
gave me, like,
obvious
vibes from
Adora
some of
was
my
a
favorite
lot
character
stronger than
action
Wendy.
games.
She-Ra moved the moon all by herself, while Diana needed a little help.
But strength alone obviously isn't everything. Pulling the Earth at all still means her strength was comparable to She-Ra's.
So let's check their experience, arsenals, and speed to see if Diana could reliably counter that power difference.
Yes.
Spoilers, she definitely could.
First of all, She-Ra's transforming blade implied a broader versatility than Wonder Woman. However, unlike Diana's toolkit, very few of these forms were applicable to combat.
And I mean, having a shield is handy, but not when it takes away the sword you need to counterattack your foe after
This
blocking.
is true.
What kind of strategy is that?
Certainly not when Wonder Woman and her 3 millennia of experience.
Captain
would
America
follow.
fights with
She-Ra
shield all
may
the
have
time.
also
That's
been
why I tell
fighting
you
all her
Montaigne
life,
is not
but
that
she's
good.
much younger.
True. Yeah, you're right.
Plus, She-Ra didn't have an answer to that atom-slicing sword. Atom, not that atom. With that in Wonder Woman's hands, the strength difference didn't really mean as much.
Still, in order to take advantage of all this, Wonder Woman needed to be faster than She-Ra. Let's look at Swiftwind and Crystal Sundancer. Logically, She-Ra rides these mounts to travel at faster speeds than she is capable of herself.
We know Swifty can zoom around over 450 times the speed of light, but the other little pony is way quicker.
Both He-Man and She-Ra were dependent on Crystal Sundancer for their trip to another galaxy, giving their time frame a generous benefit of the doubt with just 1 hour. This magic horse must have been traveling about 22 billion times light speed.
Definitely impressive, but then there's the Shattered God feat.
Right, the pieces of the Shattered God that Wonder Woman blocked all originated from far corners of the universe. Not the galaxy, the universe. Now, the exact size of the DC universe is a hotly debated topic. I know, very interesting stuff.
Oh, just skip to the good part, nerd.
Fine. There's plenty of evidence that it is larger than our own known universe. And there is more than 100 trillion light years between the Earth and the foreseeable edge. To close this gap in such a short time, each shard must have been moving over 50 quintillion times the speed of light.
And again, Diana blocked all of them, one after the other rapid fire.
Remember, She-Ra must be slower than Crystal Sundancer, potentially only comparable at a reactionary level if at all. Therefore, at absolute minimum, Wonder Woman was more than 9 billion times faster.
A much bigger difference than the strength comparison, and more than quick enough to stick that magic sword right where it really hurts.
She-Ra's amazing strength and versatility may have kept the Amazon running, but Diana's skill, arsenal, and incredible speed tipped the scales enough for a victory.
It's no wonder she ran out of time.
The winner is Wonder Woman.
You called it, sir.
Yes, you did. I want to know who the animator was on this. Animation director Christina Christopherson. Damn. All right. So, I'll have to look her up, dude.
Well, she's also one of the animators listed down there as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, head animators, but she was the
Honestly,
director.
I think that's one of my favorite animated fights I have seen since I saw Monty do Dead Fantasy. So
yeah. So
that was really cool.
Damn. So I mean, that was really good. That was really, really good. And honestly, I can't find a fault with their way of doing that battle out. I mean,
they always lay it out for you. I mean,
they do, but they also hide.
But you're right,
like
they do.
God, I hate that.
9 billion times faster. Like that's
ridiculous.
Yeah, and like that freaking thing with the kicking the planet is like that just jumped out so hard that I'm like, I feel like they're trying to bait you.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, well, obviously Wonder Woman's screwed. Nah, not necessarily.
That's also why it's hard for me to kind of follow some comics. Like, I don't actively read a lot of comics. I mean, I think comics are cool, but it's just like new writers get a hold of it and try and feel like they have to push the envelope, and then like you have all these ridiculous things. It's like, okay, come on, like how does Batman even stand up to these people if they can move faster than the speed of light? I mean, it's just
yeah.
And I'm supposed to take this seriously.
Dark
like
side. I remember Batman and Superman Apocalypse, where they literally go to Apocalypse and Batman is facing down Darkseid, and I'm like, okay, Darkseid, all he has to do is literally just do the Omega Beam and Batman's done. Instead, Batman does a thing where he's just like, I've triggered Apocalypse to explode if I die, blah, 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 blah.
That's kind of why I dislike the whole Wonder Woman being that powerful. That's kind of why I've always disliked Superman, is because I like Batman so much. But he doesn't really make sense when you try to put him in a universe standing up to characters that have been made that fucking overpowerful.
Yeah.
Like, just, they're too powerful. Like,
I mean, it makes sense in Dragon Ball Z to a certain extent because Goku got progressively stronger as the show went on.
Essentially, I have to have like my own personal headcanon for exactly how that universe works to actually let Batman still be one of my favorite things. Without having to be like, no, that just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well, it's like the writers, they just have to like basically shoehorn in the poor human characters. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna put a little, well, we want Green Arrow to be a part of, the Green Lantern story arc, so it's like we're going to turn him into a White Lantern so he can actually play with the rest of these guys, because,
God.
Because, like, you freaking throw Batman into Injustice, like, those kind of games, and then it's just, like, the game's just nonsensical at that point.
Well, no. I will say this. Injustice 2, they did something at the end that actually equalized it a lot better. The power suit that he had.
I saw that.
Yeah, the power suit that he had in that.
I still have trouble believing any kind of like technology could be enough to
move you at the speed of light. Yeah.
Well, well, it's not really. It doesn't have to raise him enough. It just has to incorporate kryptonite enough to. And again, it's relying on kryptonite.
Well, again, that's only versus Superman.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
It's just,
Like,
there's literally
Jack
other
for
god
Wonder
level
Woman.
superheroes there apparently that I didn't even realize that were god level, like Wonder Woman's.
Well, it depends on the canon that you're reading. I mean, because the Wonder Woman that they made in the Wonder Woman movies nowadays, she's not that god tier.
Well, even Superman is toned down.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they hit him with a nuke and it took him out for a while until he could recharge from the suns. Oh, sorry, was that a spoiler?
No, it's been almost 10 years.
Okay. I mean,
I don't.
Because, I mean, well, Batman vs. Superman anyway is not a great movie, so.
No, it's not. It's not.
But Superman was toned down in those, I mean, big time.
But luckily, since it's a universe, and like even they've said that it's like roughly a universe, like they're not even considering their new movies like a DCU or anything. It's just you can kind of separate it out and just take the parts you want to take and take them how you want to take
I think that their original plan was to do a DC expanded universe, but now with the success of Aquaman by itself, without reliance on the other stuff, that's the one problem Justice League had. Batman vs. Superman and Justice League. Batman vs. Superman tried to condense 6 films worth of content into one film, and it was boring. Boring. Oh, and there's all these people that, look, I know people are excited about the Snyder Cut. Everyone's just like, oh, they're finally going to release the Snyder Cut after years and years and years. This is the same Zack Snyder that gave us Batman vs. Superman. Do you really think Justice League is going to be any better?
Exactly.
That's my whole argument. Why even argue for the Snyder Cut? It's like, we got the B-grade version. No, you didn't. I guarantee you, Joss Whedon, all the stuff that he did was to try and salvage something of this nightmare that they were trying to concoct. And honestly, don't get me wrong, why Zack Snyder left production, my heart goes out to him. I mean, his daughter killed herself.
Like, I'm just
That's
gonna
terrible.
say, like, dude, Joss Whedon, like, fucking. you can't deny that he has been the man on certain things throughout the years, and it's just if something sucked that hard whenever he was at the helm of it, you really think that Zack Snyder's going to salvage that?
No.
Like, I'm pretty sure Joss was probably already in the midst of trying to salvage it and did the best he could, and that's what you got.
Well, yeah.
I still haven't watched the movie, but
I'll say this: it's better than Batman versus Superman.
I have a pretty respectable I have a pretty decent amount of respect for Joss Whedon, and I think that if the movie was that fucked whenever he was at the helm of it, that there's not a lot anybody else could do to fix it.
Well, I mean, all in all, man, everything that happened with Batman versus Superman, like, I was excited when I heard Batman versus Superman was coming out. I thought, oh, they're gonna like introduce these two characters and then they're gonna world build from there. But instead, oh, this person's coming. Oh, this person's coming. Oh, there's Wonder Woman. Wait, is she gone again? Damn it! It's insanity to think that that's the proper way to do it, and it's from people who don't know how to run a studio. I mean, that's why when Jeff Johns took over, he was just like, we need to focus more on these individual stories before we try and build anything bigger. That's why the success of Joker has just thrown the whole DCEU idea out the window. And that's why now Wonder Woman 1984 looks like it's going to be its own separate thing. And it's not even going to be involved with the Justice League. Same thing with the next Aquaman movie.
I don't think necessarily that DCU needs to be thrown out the window, but I think what they need to do is very carefully consider what entries that they have made so far that need to be canonized within it if they're going to do it. Because they've had a lot of bombs, and then they've had several that were actually, like, really, really good. So,
well, yeah, but the ones that have been good have been.
If you just think about it in a way that you want to build a universe, so take what you had that worked and go with that, like, and then don't.
I agree.
You know, feel forced to include the shit that has been shit.
I agree, and the thing is, they've been working on the Flash movie now for what, almost 8 years since Ezra Miller has been introduced as the Flash, and they still haven't released the damn movie. I mean, Shazam was really good. Like, Wonder Woman was really good. But, Aquaman was really good.
So there's been, like, filming and stuff for it?
No.
Oh.
They're still in pre-production. Oh. They can't decide on who the director's going to be. They originally had, like, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the guys who did the Lego movie, and 21 Jump and the Jump Street series involved.
What was the last DC movie that came out?
Last one, I think it was Shazam.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they still haven't fucked back up yet. Really.
No, they haven't, but... The thing, or no, I'm sorry. It was Joker. Joker was the last one.
Okay,
but that's not really Joker's in the DCEU.
That we've already established that that's not.
It's not potential DCEU. I mean,
but Shazam being the last one, they can still build off of that. It's just they need to
I agree.
Keep on the same track, basically.
I agree.
I would just love one-off stories. I would love for them to give Guillermo del Toro free reign with the Doom that came to Gotham, the Mike Mignola Batman story.
Yeah,
that was cool as crap.
That would be awesome.
And I mean, they're not keeping Ben Affleck for Batman, so maybe
he's gone.
Maybe they're doing exactly what I'm saying, and they're like, all right, so we're gonna keep these last three that did really well, and then we're gonna throw out the fucking Batman versus Superman.
Well, they're talking to Henry Cavill about coming back as Superman, which I liked him as Superman, and I think if they give him a good movie, maybe. But
again, he's the part that I care about the least out of all of
I
DC.
know.
But like, I mean, I did appreciate him as Geralt, so.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's fine, but. Like, the thing for me is just make Batman not suck, because if Batman is the part that sucks, I'm not going to really give a shit.
I need to retract my statement that I made about Robert Pattinson. He was trolling when he said he wasn't working out to get in shape for Batman.
I feel like you got to work out to be Batman.
Well, he trolled. He trolled everybody. He posted a thing of pasta. He's just like, I just love eating pasta and not working out for this role. I should have seen that, honestly. And now that I actually do see it, I'm like, okay.
That's the thing, is I get the vibe that he is way, way cooler than the role that he's fucking known for would lead you to expect.
And here's the thing. I will admit he has done good work, but I still mostly see him as Edward from Twilight.
Yeah, and I think that's a mistake, because I think even he feels like that role was to an extent a mistake.
I feel like everyone is trying to escape that.
Except for Kristen Stewart. She still acts the exact same way she did back then.
I don't think
I know she doesn't care because she just keeps raking in money, and every time there's a failure, she just blames
She just
patriarchy.
acts with the demeanor of someone who doesn't care that much. In
Yeah.
my opinion.
Whereas okay, I'm excited for the Batman movie because there are two big things about it that I am all aboard with. Number one, Jeff Johns is producing it directly, and number two, it is being written and directed by Matt Reeves, who did
And my response to that is who and who.
Okay, Jeff Johns is the one who
He sounds like a superhero.
Well, Jeff Johns is...
Jeff Johns does have the alliteration name. So.
Well, it's G. It's G, Jeff, not J, Jeff.
No, still.
The sound works.
Yeah, it does.
Whatever.
But anyway, Jeff Johns oversaw one of the greatest, 10-year periods in DC Comics history, and he is one of the greatest Batman writers ever.
Oh.
And also, Matt Reeves was a director on Firefly, a director on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he also directed Cloverfield. He also directed the last two Planet of the Apes movies, which were the best ones.
I still haven't watched, but yeah, that interests me that he was directing on Buffy and Firefly though. So.
He's been one of Joss Whedon and James Gunn's best friends, and he is one of the best directors out there. And everyone was dying for him to do a comic book movie after he did the Planet of the Apes films, because he finished the Apes franchise and he was like, I don't know what to do now. And then they were just like, hey, do a comic book movie. He's like, interesting. And then all of a sudden, everyone was just like, okay, what's available? Oh, Batman movie. And they're like, okay, the new Ben Affleck Batman movie. He's like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, okay, well, what do you want to do with a Batman? He's like, I want to tell a detective story. I want to tell a more realistic story.
Nice.
I want to give a Batman story that hasn't been seen before and make it interesting and make it to where it can be presented on film.
I want to direct a Batman movie where Ben Affleck isn't playing Batman.
But yeah,
I'm sorry,
much.
it just
pretty much.
He wasn't the worst ever, but the movie sucked in general.
Clooney.
But I don't like him.
Clooney is still the worst Batman for me.
Yeah, but I just never was on board for Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Batman.
but you got Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze.
That is true. That is true. And the
Chill
memes.
out.
Cool off, bad boy.
What killed all the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
God damn it. Wait,
Freeze in hell, Batman!
that definitely interests me because surprisingly, I'm way more on board for Robert Pattinson being Batman than I was with Ben Affleck, and that sounds weird.
And that's no. That's
from
fair.
what I've seen. When I initially heard Robert Pattinson wants to be Batman, I was like, fuck no. Hell no. And then from what I have seen of him saying stuff and what I've heard since then, I'm like,
oh, have you seen the concept?
okay.
Have you seen the concept?
Because
thing
my
they released?
brain was just he's the fucking sparkly vampire, man. I don't want him touching one of my favorite things. But I don't think he's even proud of being sparkly vampire, man. So I'm willing to give him a chance in that case, and we'll see what he can do.
Did you see the concept video they came out with him coming out in the bat suit?
I did not yet.
Dude, it actually looks pretty cool.
Okay.
It actually looks pretty cool. I will admit that.
I'm willing to give it a chance, and since you said that about the director,
Oh yeah, Matt Reeves and
I'm definitely
Jeff Johns.
interested for sure.
Well,
I love detective shit, and one of my favorite things when they do Batman is actually focusing on the aspect of him being the world's greatest detective. So I'm definitely down for a movie that focuses more on the detective aspect of Batman.
Well, there you go. And hopefully we will see that. And hopefully you all enjoyed this video. And if you want to see the original, link is in the description down below.
Sorry for getting so off topic.
No,
Wonder Woman versus She-Ra.
Hey, we talked about comic book stuff.
Yeah.
That's still within the ballpark, I feel. So if you want to go check out Death Battle, you can actually click their name in the title of the video, and it'll take you directly to their channel. And yeah, if there's any other Death Battles out there y'all want us to watch, feel free to head over to our Discord and recommend them. We are more than willing to give them a shot. And I guess until next time, everybody, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.